What's up, guys? Welcome back to this channel, or welcome to this channel if you're new here. This is an exciting day, a very realistic day. We did some research on our possible expansion. If you don't know what I'm talking about, Felicia and I, if you want to join me, she just grabbed a snack off the shelf. Do you believe this? You can't just grab food. That's embezzlement. Give me that.
It's not. It's
Bring it
food.
up. It's okay. You can sell a sausage on camera. Yeah, so we've owned this grocery store for about 3 years, 3.5. Our lease is up in about a year, and we've been looking at possible expansion. We want to stay close in the neighborhood. You don't want to separate yourself from all the people you've built by moving across the city or even moving 2 kilometers away. People won't follow you. They'll just shop at what's most convenient, especially in this type of business. So we showed you guys in the last video our possible spot that we were looking at. Now we did the research on how much that'll actually cost us out of pocket. I'm talking down to the T with coolers, electrical, and all the renovations needed. We need to also, negotiate our lease a little better. But yeah, we're looking into that, and we're always trying to grow. That's kind of the point of this channel, personal finance, growing our personal wealth as much as possible. And if you're into any of that and supporting this small business, please hit the like button down below. It really helps us out. And if you want to follow along this journey on opening a grocery store and expanding it to the best it can ever be, please subscribe down below. We try to have some fun on this channel, but we also keep it real, because I don't want to give you guys a ideal version of something that doesn't exist when you enter a small business. And yeah, that's the best way to go about it. So let's get into this video. We're gonna really break it down, the numbers. If anybody's into really opening up a store and seeing how much it costs, this might be the video for you. And I'm gonna kind of keep track on the total time, because I tend to ramble. And if you grab a snack and want to watch me for a while, this might be a good educational project for you. What is that? I have some of the weirdest hand motions. So this video is going to be off the cuff. We're going to talk. I'm going to show you all around the store, and I'm going to break down the numbers. Felicia's going to be in the background stocking the shelves like every Monday. I make a video, she stocks the shelves. We'll probably do that for the rest of time. But yeah, and we'll get into the numbers as well for the next space. I know some people were asking, when are we going to get some real information on your potential move? That's coming, guys. We're just getting started. This is the first step to really making a go out of this small business. Hopefully it doesn't ever, stay as a small business forever. We don't want to get that, mom and pop shop mentality for life. And yeah, this channel keeps growing with it. So thanks for tuning in again. This phone records better than my camera sometimes. This store really pops. Hey, this store really pops on your camera. What? The store pops. Woo! The colors look good. Listen, guys, listen. All right, I sound like a broken record on this channel, but I have spent the last 3 years piecing this place together, can by can, shelf by shelf. And you've seen me, and I've mentioned it. You need to really fill your space with as much product as possible, because you're not here to just chill, make, a couple $100 a day with certain products. You want to fill this place to the max possible inventory that actually rotates. And I say this so many times, but you got to pick inventory that rotates. And that's going to take a while to find, and we're still not there yet. I don't know if you ever really find the perfect collection of inventory that always rotates. Because you're always meant to be bringing new things in, getting rid of old movers. People get bored of things, especially in a small business. If I have this here for 3 years, guess what? It's gonna start slowing down, because people try it, they like it, they use it, and then they move on. I mean, unless it's something like, a craft dressing, where people will eat this from the day they're born until the day they die, then you gotta keep having things that move, or else you're going to be just like Walmart, and Walmart's boring, especially when you're trying to, not be like Walmart. You want to differentiate, right? So yeah, what I'm saying, what the point of this clip is I'm saying that we filled the space to the max possible amount of inventory. At this point, there's a couple more coolers I can upgrade, and I'm going to show you that. There's a couple things we need to rearrange better, but we're bursting at the seams here. We're working 24/7, and until we hit the next expansion level where this place actually has enough inventory to provide that amount of sales that can be run by staff besides 2 to 3 people, then we're never going to really be able to break out of that 24/7 self-employed mindset. We're never going to really own a self-sufficient business until we get to that level where we want to expand and kind of have this place running on its own with the amount of inventory that really can really make a go out of this type of business. So let me show you the last few upgrades I'm going to make before we really finalize our next move with this business. Small details in your business will make such a big difference, especially in variety and amount of inventory with the sales that follow it. Let me show you an example. You see this shelf here, how it's much deeper than this one? This holds double the amount of inventory as this one for the exact same price. So I've been slowly upgrading each one of these shelves you see. 1 and 2 gotta go, they gotta become this, because then you can really fill the space up with inventory on inventory that actually sells and doesn't go bad. I mean, stuff like this lasts a year plus, right? And that's the type of inventory you want, because it's not going to go bad on you. You don't have to worry about expiry dates. I mean, if you have items on your shelf that have been on the shelf for over a year, right then and there that either 1, you should have never bought it, 2, you need to get rid of it because it's not moving, and 3, there might be a problem with how busy your store is if you have things that are sitting on the shelves for 2 years. I mean, how slow is the store if it's really not selling products that can sell at other stores before they expire, right? So first upgrades that need to be made before a year's time from now, which we're going to be doing this in a month or 2, is this aisle here is all becoming this type of shelf here. So you won't see this anymore. You won't see this. You won't see this. And you won't see this. This looks good like this, but it's just not enough. We're not efficiently using the space because we're too worried about, kind of the cuteness and the look of it all, that we're losing out on valuable inventory space. You ever go to New York and you see that they have shelves all the way to the roof because the rent is just so expensive? You got to use every last square inch to make money in a business like this. There's going to be so many different people coming in your store, and they're all going to want something different. You're kind of there to provide for what they want. You can't please everyone. I'm not saying everyone's going to be your customer, but I'm telling you, the variety of food that people want to eat, you better have a good amount of it. Because people don't come into stores, just to look, just to see, oh, it looks cute, it looks nice. People come to stores to buy, and you need to have product. And the silent killer of every store is empty shelving. Mind you, we're closed today, so these shelves are usually completely full. That's kind of why we're here, to stock the shelves. But what I'm telling you guys is, people will come into your store, they'll look around, they won't say anything, and they'll leave because you didn't have what they wanted, and they'll never come back. That's the silent killer of 90% of a lot of businesses. People coming in, taking a look, and never coming back, not telling anyone about it. No word of mouth, nobody cares about it. You need to be on top of everything. And the main thing is your inventory. So these shelves are all becoming those deeper shelves. We have enough room where people can still walk by and we can carry more inventory. So then why not carry that inventory that I know will sell, won't expire, and make us some more money to help pay all of our bills and eventually become profit. This cooler will be replaced for a 2-door cooler. I realize people really like hummus, garlic spreads, all their dips, ranch dressings, and this simply is not enough to really, carry all the things that people are asking for. So when people start asking for products, that's when I start cluing in and saying, I want to please these customers. They've been in this store multiple times. Why not carry a product that I know they'll sell? You got to invest in good equipment and big enough equipment so you can carry all the product you want. This is becoming more of a grocery store advice tour, but I'm just kind of running through some small business ideas on how to keep your customers happy as well. So more shelving here, well, better shelving, not even more shelving, and an expansion of this cooler to a 2-door or a 3-door cooler. They don't usually run too much. I suggest finding good used equipment, and it can last you a good amount of time, and you should be able to make your money back on the products you're able to sell, hopefully in a year's time. It's a long-term investment in a way, but at the same time, it can bring more people in and have more returning customers that'll pick up other things. And in a roundabout way, this thing should pay for itself indirectly in a shorter amount of time than you want just from the sales alone from it. I hope that makes sense. But more people, they'll pick up more things. It's kind of the whole name of the game. Well, I know it's really loud in this corner. We don't have our usual mic set up and camera, but this cooler is very jam-packed. And when you're thinking of cheese, dairy, Parmesan, all the yogurts and eggs, we're gonna need more space in this. So I'm gonna be upgrading this to a bigger 3-door cooler, something you see more up front in our store. We have one. This needs to be replaced for a bigger cooler to carry more product. This one, I really don't have much more room, but more coolers would be more essential for ready-made meals, which we're starting to do, but we just don't have the space. So we're very limited on that. And I'm telling you, with ready-made meals, this stuff sells very good. I'd love to have more space for this, but there's just simply not enough space in this store, as well as electrical power. I'm pretty much maxing out whatever electrical unit we place in the back just to keep adding some coolers. So I really have no space or energy consumption left for more space on this. This is mandatory. This thing is very old. It uses a lot of hydro, so I need to update that as soon as possible for more product and hopefully a lower hydro bill.
I'm always on camera somehow, no matter what.
That's because I got to walk into every scene. I got to show them part of the store. For example, that freezer behind Felicia is going to become a 2-door stainless steel freezer, nice and organized, because someone like me who's 6'4", I got to make sure I can see everything, right?
6'4", that's a stretch.
Okay, I'm 5'4", is that okay? I'm actually 5'4", all right? So yeah, that's going to be probably my last upgrade for this store before we eventually take on the new space. Yeah, so that'll be it. That's still, a lot of money invested into this space, but it needs to be done because we got to keep growing and improving. And I know I say this every video, but if you're not growing, you're dying in small business. Nobody cares about the things you already have. Everybody wants new. And that's the way it's going to be. At least for the first little while, right? You got to stand out somehow. So these 2 chest freezers are really not cutting it anymore. The freezer side of things in grocery has blown up. These 2 chest freezers just don't do it anymore. So we started upgrading, actually. That's a stand-up freezer. Everything's more presentable, visual. You can fit more stuff in it. This becomes a mess. I can show you what it looks like before I organize it, but these freezers, they just don't do it anymore. This is kind of a weird angle. It looks kind of weird, but if you can just take a quick look, these just don't do it anymore. We got all this open space here. Now it needs to become more freezer space, and to be honest with you, if I had the unit we're about to go hopefully move into, we're talking I would do freezers from one wall to the next. You're talking no expiry dates. People love frozen food. It's convenient. It's easy. You throw it in the oven, you're done. Good profit margins, And guess what? You place it, you don't have to worry about it. Perishables, you're constantly cleaning, pruning them, making them look perfect, and they go bad on you. So why not dedicate more space to freezers? I know they take a lot of hydro. And this is a very off-the-cuff video. I'm noticing that now. All right, well, we made it. This is the people that want the numbers of the expansion on how much it's actually going to cost. The number is depressing. It's a lot more than we can afford at this point, unless we take on more risk with more business loans. Not what I want to do. What if I have to take an educated risk on a business? That would be obviously this one. So yeah, a estimated quote when I put everything together. I'm talking tiles, electrical, drywall, freezers, coolers, shelving, inventory. If you want to guess down below before I say this, that's great. But we're looking at over $200,000 for the complete renovations. Of course, the landlord has to negotiate some of an allowance to fix up his space. At the end of the day, it's his building. But a lot of that's going to come out of pocket, and that's a huge risk to take on something like this. But I know that this concept works. It's literally the same concept on a bigger scale in the same location. So I'm pretty confident that this is an educated move for us. As you've seen, there's no room left to grow in this store. I don't want to stay in this position forever. I want to be able to expand this business, and this is the next logical step. And yeah, it's going to be over $200,000, and that is a quote from a general contractor. Our equipment, this is not even all new equipment. This is mainly used equipment quote that we got on freezers, coolers. I already have a walk-in cooler. Even with the stuff I can use from this space to put into the next space, it won't even take up a third of it. So yeah, there's gonna be quite a lot out of pocket. We got a tile quote as well. I'm just thinking off the top of my head that, and there's always other expenses that you don't think of until that. So we have to add another $20,000 just to miscellaneous, because I know there's going to be signage and more sinks and things that we need to satisfy health inspectors. It's going to be around $200,000. Do we want to put that money down right away at this point? We're hesitant, but it may happen. And that's why we made this channel, to show you the thought process of expanding a small business into a not so small business. And yeah, here we are. So thanks for watching this all the way through. If you're here still, that's beautiful. And we want you to follow the journey. So subscribe down below. Have a good. Okay, yeah, that went too far. I don't know if they heard that, but have a good day.